YouTube, what's poppin', what's going on, what's happening? I'm back with another mother living video. You know, y'all, if you can't tell by the title already, this is about how I got fired from my old job. Chill. Not from like my recent job, God forbid. This is about how I got fired from my first real job. My first real job that was giving me like the bank, like bank. Okay. They're giving me. Alright, y'all. So, like I said, this is about how I got fired, y'all. How I got fired from my first real legit job, y'all. Like, okay, so let's get into this video. So, y'all, basically, I was working at Walmart, and I was working at this place called Wally Mart. Basically, I was working at this place called Wally Mart. My 12th grade year of high school, 2016, period. I was working at this place called Wally Mart, and so this was my first real job. Like, I had like a summer camp job. I had a summer camp job. I worked at AMC Theater for 2 days, and then I quit. Yeah, cause that just didn't work out. But so basically, how do I get into the story? So, okay, it was late one night, and so it was really busy this night, y'all. Like, it was really busy this night, and so it was close to my clock out time. So I'm like rushing, you know, cause if you don't know, like, you're timed on the cash registers. Let's just say that. So I'm like, boom, boom, boom. So these people come up. No, I know they weren't, like, I don't know where they were from. Okay, I know, I want to say they were Arabian. I don't know what they were. I'm not going to put that to anybody. I don't know what they were. But they had an accent, and it wasn't Spanish that they were speaking. It wasn't Japanese. I don't know what language they were speaking, honestly. It wasn't Portuguese. They weren't Brazilian. It was something else. So they came up to my cash register. Basically, gypsies came to my cash register. I don't know if that's just a down south thing. I'm pretty sure it's not. Now, when I say gypsies, I don't mean the gypsies on the TV that you guys love to watch. You know, like the television shows, gypsies. No, I'm talking about gypsies. People that gyp people. A lot of, if you ever worked in a retail store, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if this is everywhere or if it's just down south. But they call people that gyp people gypsies. And they're usually always of the same descent. Always, like, yeah. And basically, I'm just gonna say, like I said, gypsies are people that gyp people. They're really good at mind games. They're really good at confusing you. They're really good at stealing. Let's just put that out there. They're really good at stealing, and they're really good at gypping you. Period. That's what they do, and they're good at it. So basically, what's better? So basically, they came up to it was a woman, she had her son on her hip. He looked like he was like 6 though, like 5 or 6. And she had this older lady, which looked like it was probably her mom or her mother-in-law. So it came up to the cash register, and the lady, let's say Lady A that was holding the baby was like, she had first off, they brought up stuff to the cash register. I'm getting ready to check it out. She pulled out, oh no, when I'm checking it out, right? Once I check it out, I tell them the total. She pulls out a wad of money, like a whole bunch of money, y'all. Hundreds and fifties, period. That's it. And I'm like, it's not even that much. It was literally probably like $14, her total. And she was like, oh no, can I get change for all of this? Change for all of that? I I said, oh no, I can't give you change for all of that. That's too much. If you want change for all of that, you got to go over here, which is where my CSMs were. And that's where, if you want like change for like a whole bunch of money, you would go. And a CSM is basically a lead. I'll just say they're a lead. And she was like, oh, no. I'm so mad at myself. It's whatever. Let's let it go. It's 2016. So she's like, oh, no, please. Like, I was like, no, that's too much money. I can't give you no change for all of that. That's too much money. So she goes, oh, well, give me what you can. I said, no, I can't. Now, y'all, I like probably said no like 3 or 4 times. I was like, no, that's too much. I don't have all that in my cash register. She was like, oh, please, just give me what you can. Just give me what you can. So I was like, okay. So first I made sure I took out what was owed for the $14. And then I started giving her change for, I was supposed to give her change for like, I was going to give her change for like 50. That's it. Man, she started just handing me money. She was like, no, this too. I was like, no. Mind you, and as I'm doing this, I'm not realizing that my cash register is still halfway open, and I'm not paying attention to the older lady, Lady B, which I said is the older lady. I'm not paying attention to Lady B that's like right there. I'm only like, no, I can't, like, no, boom. So I gave her what I could, and then her husband comes over. Let's say he's man C. He comes over out of nowhere, and she gives him the money, and he says, where's the rest? The rest? I said, I don't even think. So the grandma said, so I guess I don't know what happened. I was like, here, I gave what was in my hand because that's what I was giving to her. And not realizing, never mind, I'll just explain that later on. But I knew after it was done, after the transaction was done, I knew they got me. Like, I honestly knew. After the transaction was done, I knew they got me. Because the way they walked away told me everything. When they walked away, they were speaking in their language and they were laughing. So I knew they got away with a lot. I just knew they got away with a lot, y'all. And when I tell you they got away with a lot, they got away with a lot. Okay? Like, it made me look dumb a lot, y'all. So I closed the cash register. I clock out that night. Okay, fast forward. I clock out that night, y'all. And when I clocked out, I just remember like being like, when I clocked out and I was walking to my mom's car to, cause my mom let me drive her car to work. And I just remember walking to my car, and as soon as like I walked out like out of Wally Mart, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, like, I might be getting fired. I know these people, they got me. They gypped me. I know, Mom. I know I gave them back more than I was supposed to. I just can feel it. And I was getting teary-eyed because I knew, y'all. Like, I knew. And like I had said, I wanted this job to pay for everything that I needed to pay for during senior year. So I'm just like, yo, I know they got me, bro. I know they got me. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all finna hear my air conditioning. So Mom was like, it's okay, like, she was like, as long as you didn't steal nothing, like, it is what, no, she was like, did they say anything? So I was like, no, because at the end of the night, they always weigh your draw. They always weigh, if you were ever a cashier, you worked in retail, they weigh your money, basically, your cash register at the end of the night, whatever. So I was like, no, they didn't say nothing. She was like, okay, then don't worry about it, it is what it is, like, whatever. So like 2 months later, y'all, like, no, like, so I came back the next day expecting something. Nothing happened. Like, y'all, nothing happened. Like, it was like two or 1 month later, y'all. Like, I didn't know what I thought. Like, so, sorry, y'all. Somebody called me. So, I'm like, I promise y'all, it was like 2 or 1 month later, because I had went to grad bash. I had went to prom. And I was basically done with school. I was getting ready to graduate. I was just finishing up like some classes. Like, probably like, I don't know, like, y'all, I know I was done because I had, y'all, like, this happened, like, I remember this happened before grad bash and before prom. I had went to grad bash and prom. So I don't know if it was like I feel like it was like 2 months. 2 months. I think it was like 2 months after that happened, y'all. And basically, this day comes, and they're like, no. So let's call this the security. It's a couple security guards, but let's call this security guard and Max. Let's call this security guard Max. My boyfriend, my man, he worked at the same place I worked at the time. That's where he met. So we were dating at the time. So he's like, no. So I see Max. Him and Max were cool. Like they hung out and all that. So I'm on the cash register, and I kind of look up and I see Max talking to my boyfriend, my man. But I didn't think nothing of it, but I can kind of see it was something, because the way my boyfriend looked over at me, like he looked like he was worried. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I think I was either on I think I was on my last break. Yeah, I was on my last break, and my boyfriend came up to me and he was like, babe. And I think I told him about this situation too. I believe I told him about this situation when it happened too, but I don't really remember. But I remember he came up to me and he was like, babe, Max just told me they might be, letting you go. Yoru, don't do that, please. They might be letting you go. I was like, oh, for real? But I already knew what it was, so I was like, he didn't even have to explain it. He was like, yeah, babe. He was like, those gypsies, they got you, and they got you for a lot. I was like, yep, I know. And I want to say, y'all, I don't even remember the number, but they had got me for a lot. Though, y'all. I don't want to lie, because I don't necessarily know how much is supposed to be in a cash register. I don't know. But they got me for a lot, like a lot. And so they had got me for a lot, and he was like, yeah, basically Max told him, yeah, like they had been investigating me for a while, and he had wanted to tell my boyfriend, but he didn't because of course he couldn't. He wasn't even supposed to tell my boyfriend that they were gonna let me go. He wasn't supposed to. Like he risked his job, and it did cost him his job after that. So just putting that out there. Because it was just a lot. I'll get into that. So he come to me, he's like, yeah, babe, like, with the gypsies and what happened, they got you for a lot of money. And I was like, I know, babe. And he was like, yeah, so it's okay, babe, like it's all right. And I was like, it's all right. Like I was like, whatever. Like I wasn't even mad. I was mad, but I was more embarrassed. I was more embarrassed because I was like, I know these people looking at, because when you work at certain stores, certain things get around like wildfire. It spreads. Nobody can keep their mouth shut. Let's be honest. It spreads and it gets around to everybody, and everyone knows what's going on. So I was like, bro, like I'm so embarrassed. Like I know everybody like, oh, she dumb as shit. Like look at her, dumb as hell. Like how she let that happen. So I clocked out, and I remember walking out. My grandma was waiting for me in the, I forgot to say. So my grandma worked there as well. Okay, so my grandma was waiting for me in the car. She had already clocked out. She was waiting for me in the car, and I remember this one of my supervisors, one of my managers or supervisor, whatever he is, supervisor, I'm just saying supervisor. He was standing by the door talking to the head security guard. And mind you, this head security guard, he used to be really nice to me. Everyone did, because of my grandma was. But when that situation happened, y'all, the supervisor, he was standing there, and he was just giving me a stank look, and then that head security guard, he gave me like a stank look. It was terrible, and I didn't even say anything. I was just like, okay, like whatever. Like they literally stared at me as I walked out, and giving me like stank looks, like mean looks, like I stole the damn money. But anyways, so I get in the car. My grandma, as soon as I get in the car, my grandma was like, I ain't saying anything. My grandma was like, Alyssa, Okay, y'all, let me just put this out. When I say Alyssa, my first name is Alyssa and my middle name is Latoy. I go by Latoy on my channel. So, because I know I say Alyssa all the time on my channel when I'm talking about stuff. Okay, boom. So she says, Alyssa. She goes, Alyssa, you know you're going to lose your job, right? You know they might fire, you know they're going to fire you. Or they might fire you. You're going to lose your job or something around that. Something around losing my job. And I was like, I know. And I was like, I know. William told me, which is my boyfriend. I was like, yeah, I know. William told me. She was like, how he know? So she was already irritated because they had, of course, they had brung it to her first and let her know what was going on. And she was like, how he know? I was like, I should never did that, but I did. I was like, oh, Max pulled him to the side and told him. She was like, first off, he not even supposed to be telling the situation to nobody. I'ma check him about that. And my grandma is so funny. She was like, I'ma check him about that because she was like, I'ma check him about that because he not even supposed to be telling the situation to nobody. That's not even his business to be telling. What she said? She said, he don't even know the whole situation. My grandma was so mad because she thought he was going around telling everybody. That's why she was so mad. She thought he was going around telling everybody. And I should have corrected her, but I didn't because, like I said, I was so distraught, okay? I was losing my first real job that was giving me mad. Okay, I was getting like $500 each paycheck. And for a high school student, that's a lot of money. For a high school student, that is a lot of money, okay? Okay, for a high school student that only has to pay one bill, which is her phone bill, that's a lot of money. So I was like, I'm about to lose the damn job. You're get the damn money. They giving me all this money. I'm about to lose the job. You know what I'm saying? Just crying. And so she was like, I'ma check him about that. I'ma tell about that. I ain't even say no, grandma. I was just like, and so as we were driving home, she was telling me what happened. She was like, you know, a while back, these people that came to the cash register, she was like, listen, when that happened, do not give them change. She was like, let's do not give people change. She was like, if they ever ask you for change over 50, do not do it, Alyssa. Tell them that's too big. It doesn't matter. Go to the CSN, to go to the leads. I was like, yeah, I know, this, that, and the third. Like, I wasn't even defending myself, y'all. Like, because it was nothing to defend. Like, I knew I effed up. Like, I honestly knew I effed up. I was like, yeah, I know. That dread ugly. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, this, that, and the third. And she was like, it's okay. Like, it was your first, you know, you didn't know. So, basically, when everything happened, and oh yeah, and then she was like, yeah, they put me into the security office and they showed me the tape. Y'all, basically, whenever I turned my head to talk to Lady A, who was holding the baby, Lady B was reaching in and taking money out of my cash register the whole time. Yeah, Lady B, and that was my fault. I'm 100% accountable for this. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, I should have known better. Because I always, whenever I do stuff, I always keep my cash register a little closed because I know how people can be. But I was so distracted that I didn't even realize this lady reaching in and taking money. I didn't even realize her reaching in and taking money out of the cash register. And the people that was in line, that was behind her, they didn't realize it either because the way that cash register was set up, it was like this big thing in the way. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if the people behind me did realize they didn't. I don't know. But she was reaching in, taking money the whole time. And, yeah, basically got a lot of money. So, and then when the husband came, which was meant to distract me as well, when he came, okay, so basically Lady A was right here. Lady B was right here. So I'm talking to Lady A. Lady B is reaching in the cash register. Then the husband comes, and I turn all the way this way, not realizing that I still got my cash register open, and both of them reached in and grabbed money. And that's how they got all the money they got. And they got away banking that day. I ain't gonna even front. They walked away packing. I don't remember how much they had. If my boyfriend remembers, I'll insert it. But they got a lot. I tell you, they got a lot. And so then, okay, so when that happened, after that, like I said, they did realize that my cash register came up very, very, very short. Not little short, but very short. And so they were investigating me the whole time. Because that, the Walmart that I worked at, they had a lot of instances where employees would be stealing money, where employees would be the ones stealing money and just doing scam shit and taking their money. So they were investigating me the whole time. They didn't tell my grandma, of course. They couldn't. They were investigating me the whole time, y'all. The whole time they was investigating me. That whole 2 or 1 month. I think it was 2 months, y'all. I honestly think it was 2 months. They were investigating me the whole time. And they realized that I didn't, like, yeah, they seen what happened, but they still had to investigate me. I guess, just to make sure. But they said, you know, I didn't steal anything. I don't, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I stole some candy from a teacher one day, but I regret that to this day. Because that shit was crazy. But that's the last thing I stole. Putting that out there. I might not even put that out there. Anyways, so, I was in middle school when that happened. I remember that. Oh, I'm glad that he didn't call my mama. He had like a whole bunch of candy, y'all, on his table. And he was like, only people that win get this. Ain't nobody win in my class, so ain't nobody getting nothing. And I'm just like, he fake as fudge for that. So I stole the candy. I was in 7th grade. Terrible. Anyways, so my grandma was telling me how, like, it's this, let's call this lady Nell. So Nell is the head leader over the CSMs, which is over us, and she's over us. She's one of the head leaders, right? She's up under the big boss, right? So she already didn't like me because I didn't have to go through her to get the job. All the cashiers had to be interviewed by her to get the job. She had to be interviewed. They had to be interviewed by her. They had to talk to her, all that, before they got a job. I didn't go through her. I didn't get interviewed by her. I didn't even know her until she came back from vacation. And she was really pissed about that. She did not like me. So, but she was very cordial because she knew who my grandma was. So she comes in there, and I don't think she realized that my grandma was in there yet, because, I don't know, she didn't realize that my grandma was in there. So she's like, so they told her, and she was like, oh no, that's too much money. She had to be stealing that. She goes, oh no, that's too much money. She had to be stealing that, and just trying to make it seem like I stole the money. So my grandma jumps in. My grandma was like, my granddaughter don't have to steal shh. Okay? She was, my granddaughter did not steal anything. She don't have to steal shh. Okay? If she wants something, she come to me or she come to her mother for it. She don't have to steal anything. So she goes, oh no. So she realized, she goes, oh no, because my grandma was telling me. And she goes, oh no, I didn't mean like that. So then the head security guard jumps in, and he's like, oh no, like she didn't steal any. He looks at Nell. He was like, oh no, she didn't steal anything. Like, that's one thing I can say. She did not steal anything. We watched the whole tape. We've been investigating her. She didn't steal none of the money. That had nothing to do with her. She basically just letting it be known, I didn't steal anything at all. Okay, all the money that was stolen by the damn gypsies, period. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Yes, sis, you didn't mean it like that, because you know my grandma was in there. She was gonna put you in your place, ugly ass. Anyways, she was, so that happened, and then I got home. So my grandma told me that. So I got home, and my grandma was like, I started crying. I was just so embarrassed. I started crying. She was like, don't cry. Then my grandma started crying too, because she know, like, I really didn't mean to. Like, I really, like, and she know, like, and I told her sorry, because I was like, I felt like I embarrassed her. I was like, I'm so sorry, Grandma. Like, I don't mean to embarrass. Like, I really felt like I made her look bad because my grandma got me the job and, like, I'm her granddaughter. Like, that, you know what I'm saying? She been there for a long time. Like, she got ranks. So I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, this, that, and that. She was like, it's okay. Like, it's not your fault. Like, you didn't, you know, you ain't doing it. You just, you know what I'm saying? That happened. Like, they got you. And I was like, ugh. And she was like, stop crying. She started crying too. And then she called Mom. She was like, listen, I got something to tell you. And my mama thought I was going to say that I was pregnant because my grandma wouldn't tell her over the phone. So when I got home, my mom coming up, she was like, okay, what's going on? My mom was so scared. She really thought I was going to say I'm pregnant. So she was like, come on, you know you can talk to me. What's going on? And so I said, I got fired. And she was like, she was like, oh, okay. She was like, good. And she was like, no, not good. She was like, okay, all right, that's okay. She was like, stop crying. She was like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, didn't you say you only wanted that job to pay for your prom, to pay for your grad bash, just to pay for your senior year? I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, and it did that, Alyssa. That's it. Like, that's good. Like, the only thing you can't do is transfer. When you move to Orlando, you just can't transfer to another Walmart, to another Wally Mart. And she was like, I was like, I know. She was like, I was like, yes. And she was like, yeah, so it's okay. Like, she was like, it's okay. Like, I think I was more upset. I thought she was going to be mad at me for losing my job, but she wasn't. She said, girl, I thought you was going to say that you was pregnant. Goodness gracious. I was like, girl, you almost graduated. God dang. So I was like, no. And so, yeah, y'all. So then, like, that, the next day, was it that night or the next day? I think the next morning I was supposed to go in, and I called them and I was like, can I speak to a supervisor or manager or whatever? So this supervisor, he gets on the phone. He's like, yes. And I was like, this is Alyssa, and I'm not coming back in. He was like, who is this? I was like, Alyssa, blah, blah. Cause like, I was like, and you're not, I said, I'm not coming back in. He said, okay. I said, okay. And I hung up. Made me mad, talk about something, okay. Okay. So then my grandma called me, like, later on. She was like, listen, like, why did you quit? Like, they said they can work something out with you. You won't even be on a cash register no more. You can be a greeter. I was like, no, it's all right, Grandma. I ain't doing that. I'm good. Like, I don't even want to go back. Because, like I said, I was already embarrassed. So I ain't want to go back. And they didn't want me there. The only reason they were going to give me another position was because of who my grandma was. Okay? They didn't want me there anymore. So that was that. And that's the story on how my boyfriend said I didn't get fired. My boyfriend said I quit, but yeah. So, alright. And that's the story on how I got fired / quit Wally Mart, y'all. I hope you guys like this video. Alright, y'all, again, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. Hello, how you doing? I am Latoy, and this is all about Latoy, okay? Alright, y'all, I'll see y'all in my next video. I love you, my love bugs, and peace out.